Hello children, we have been doing the digestive system in humans and we have completed actually the digestive system in humans. Okay, we have seen how food was ingested, taken in through the mouth, and then it underwent a process of digestion. Yes, went to the stomach, from the esophagus to the stomach, to the small intestine, to the large intestine, and different parts of the large intestine. And then the undigested food, it was eliminated through the anus. That is called egestion. This one is Ingestion, and this is egestion, Egestion, the throwing out of undigested food from the anus. Okay, so now we will see what happens to that food which was digested. Okay, the digested food that was taken up in the small intestine by the villi. I hope you can remember. It was taken up by the villi. Now let's see what happens to that food then. Now, we come to the process known as assimilation. Now, what is assimilation? It is the utilization of digested food or nutrients by the body cells. Okay, the nutrients absorbed by the blood in the villi are transported to the different parts of the body. So, what is that called? The food that has been absorbed by the villi, okay? The food means what? They are the nutrients, yes? So, that is taken to the different parts of the body by the blood. Okay, because the villi has blood vessels. So when the villi, they absorb the digested food, the blood then takes it and distributes it to the different parts of the body. Now, what are the end products of digestion? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats. This is how we take in food. Say bread, rice, chapati. They are all carbohydrates. Potatoes, carbohydrates. Proteins are again your egg, meat, fish, dal. Yes, the different dals that you take, they are proteins. Then there are different things, cheese. Okay, all these they come on the proteins. And then you have the fats. Okay, butter, ghee. Yes, even the meat and all that, they come under fats also. Yes. Now all these that we take, they after digestion, they are transformed into the simplest form. Carbohydrates, they are transformed into glucose. Simplest form of carbohydrate is glucose. Simplest form of proteins, they are amino acids. Simplest form of fats, they are fatty acids and glycerol. So it is in this form that the nutrients are absorbed by the villi. Okay, by the surface of the villi. And of course, fatty acids and glycerol, what were they absorbed by? The lymph vessels, no? These glucose and amino acids were absorbed by the surface of the villi, and fatty acids and glycerol by the lymph vessels of the villi only. So this is the simplest form, okay, that they are absorbed in. Now, glucose, what does it do in the cells? These glucose that goes finally to the cells of the body, they are there to release energy for various activities of the cell. Whenever the cell needs energy, the glucose will give energy. Amino acids are there in the cell for growth and repair of worn out cells. Okay, for repair, growth of worn out cells. That's where amino acids help. Okay. Now, fatty acids and glycerol, they are reserves of energy. Whenever energy is required, okay, the fatty acids and glycerol, they provide energy. Though glucose is also providing energy, but fatty acids and glycerol also, they are reserves of energy. So this is the last part, okay, and that is called assimilation. So this is the definition of assimilation, because I'm going to ask you. It is the utilization of the digested food or nutrients by the body cells. Okay, that is called assimilation. Now we come to the structure of tooth. Structure of tooth. Now the tooth, let me explain it to you here. Now the structure of tooth. The tooth has two parts. One which lies above the gums. Okay, above the gum line, that is called what we can see. Okay, that is called the crown. And the one that lies below, that is called the root. Okay, now the crown is covered by a very hard substance. Okay, it is the hardest substance in the body. That is known as the enamel. Okay, that's why the teeth, they look shiny. There is a shining substance on top of the tooth, and that is the enamel. Remember, it is the hardest substance in the body. Now, below the enamel is the substance that makes up the whole tooth. Okay, it makes up the whole tooth. Bulk of the tooth is formed by this, and that is called dentine. That is called dentine. White in color, that is called dentine. On top of the dentine is the enamel. Okay. Now inside the dentine, you can see over here, there is a hollow cavity. This is known as the pulp. And over here in the pulp, there are blood capillaries and vessels and nerves right inside in the middle. Okay, that is there. Now we come to the portion that lies below the gums. That is known as the root. Okay, the root is the part where the tooth is fixed to the jaw. It is fixed to the jaw, and over here it is kept fixed by a material over here. Can you see if it's written cement? There's cement inside also, so that the tooth is fixed in the jaw. Okay, so this is the structure of the tooth. Now so this is the structure of the tooth. I've already told you. Now whenever a person is taking sugary food and starchy food, yes, and this sugary and starchy food, if you're not rinsing your mouth, it's going to stay in the mouth and stay somewhere in between the teeth also. Now on these foods, what acts on these foods? The bacteria. The bacteria will act on these foods, and what will happen? A yellow color substance will be formed, which is called plaque. Okay, now bacteria produces acids. The bacteria that is there in the mouth, it produces acid. That acid, it corrodes the teeth. Corrodes slowly, it starts eating away the teeth. Okay, and it forms cavities in the teeth. Now these cavities are called caries. Caries. Okay, caries. Now once the caries start forming, then the bacteria slowly, they'll reach the pulp, the middle part of the tooth. Pulp. They reach the pulp over here. Then the toothache starts. Okay, then the toothache will start. And after the toothache starts, then what happens? You've got to visit the doctor, no? The dentist. Now, so as to avoid all this, what do you need to do? You have to take care of your teeth. Okay, one must take care of the teeth. Okay, one should brush one's teeth and the gums. Don't avoid the gums. You have to even brush the gums twice a day, once in the morning and once at night before going to bed. Okay, because if you don't brush at night, what happens? The bacteria are there and they'll get plenty of time to work on your teeth. So throw away all the bacteria before you go to bed. Brush your teeth and go to bed. Okay? And whenever you're having food, you should always rinse your mouth, especially after meals. Especially after meals, you must rinse your mouth. When you're having sweets and chocolates, okay, these promote the growth of bacteria. Okay, sweets and chocolates. So over that time also you should rinse your mouth. You have to take extra care of your your teeth. Okay, you need to take extra care of your teeth. Otherwise, what do you land up with? Toothache. Okay, this much for today. Thank you.